But as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight, we're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
It's not true. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters the story they tell when you're gone.
I keep on pushing down my gypsy road.
All right. Welcome to a Monday. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
We're talking some Alaska Triangle. What is Alaska Triangle? I mean, there's a
I've never heard
Triangle.
of it.
There's a Bridgewater Triangle up in East Coast, but there's actually an Alaska Triangle also. Now, I just want to say, people, I know that I've had a few requests for a few people to want to come on, and today I'm not going to let people come on just because I might get a phone call. I have to go pick up my daughter from volleyball practice, so I don't like having people on if I had to cut them off. So no disrespect to anybody, but that's why I'm not taking guests today, just in case I got to split. No big deal. So, Bobby, have you ever? Well, I guess you kind of answered that question.
No, I've never heard of. I've never ever. Well, the Aleutian Islands. I know there's some mystery with the Aleutian Islands. Is that where the triangle's at?
Well, Bob, we're gonna find out. This is what this show's about. It's about what is the triangle? What is it? And let me see if I could get a picture of the Alaska Triangle image. Well, actually, I mean the thumbnail actually is the picture, but here, let me get this up here. Let me share the screen. I'll show you.
I've had no social network, so I haven't even seen the thumbnail yet.
Oh no problem at all. Oh shoot!
Oh, okay.
Hold on. I've got rid of the wrong one. Give me a second.
I think I know.
So basically, that picture there is the Alaska Bermuda Triangle from the city of Juneau to there, but basically there is a triangle. And what's so interesting about this triangle, I mean, it is, here, I'll get it, there we go. Let me just say, welcome Shaw, welcome Queen of Swords, welcome Bigfoot. We're actually going to have a pretty good Bigfoot show this Wednesday. Now, the idea of this Bigfoot show on Wednesday is more of, we're going to try to discover, we kind of talked about it on Friday about the international Sasquatches, the Yetis, the outers of America. So we're going to try to see if we can see if the stories are different, or, is there something different about the other countries versus America? We all know America like to stretch the truth a little bit, but,
a little bit.
But, that's what we're going to do. We're going to see. We're going to find out on Wednesday. Now, I'm working on a couple people to come on, some people are still afraid to come on the show. That some people do think that we're a little bit too radical, and I don't think we're radical. I just think that we're open-minded to every possibility there is, and we want to hear every possibility. I mean,
and I want to find out more about the Dungeons and Dragons game. If you got any information, any progress with that one?
So far, 0 emails from anybody.
Oh,
0. I got 0.
Okay.
I'm serious. We'll bring it up on Wednesday again. We're going to bring it up on Wednesday. And I got 0 people. What Bob's talking about, guys, we're trying to put together a big, long live,
Dungeons Dragons.
long live Dungeons Dragons game live on the channel. And we put out a request. I put the email address, and I'll do it again right here. We'll talk more about it on Wednesday to see if anybody wants to join, because you got to have at least 5 to 6. You know, that's what the fun is.
Well,
And
most
so
people
far,
don't
got
know
0.
how to play. They don't know how to play. We have to do
the thing is, you
show
don't have to
on
know
it.
how to play. You don't have to know how to play, because a dungeon master will teach you.
Does all the work.
And you learn.
And then you got to guarantee people, look, it's not magic. It's not Satan worship. It's nothing to do with anything but a game. Video game. It's our video game, but live. It's not what people think. So we'll make sure people know. Don't freak out. Yeah. I might send out a couple of invitations and see what happens to myself.
I'm trying to get a few people now. The reason what's interesting about these articles is, according to articles, more people disappear in the Alaska Triangle than anywhere else.
Whoa.
Yeah. If you're into alien, heavy conspiracies, unsolved mysteries, high school geometry, tropical islands, it doesn't get more intriguing than the Bermuda Triangle, Devil's Triangle. That was, of course, until the mystery of the triangle was finally solved a few years ago, which not really. No matter, because the Alaska Triangle exists and the mystery behind it is way more interesting. So much that there's even a TV show on the Travel Channel about the Alaska Triangle. There's also a television of this. And it says here, since 1988, more than 16,000 people have disappeared within the Alaska Triangle since 1988. So we're talking 16,000 people. Now I see somewhere. Hold on. The reason why people go lost in there is because it's an unmarked area where no human has ever stepped in for thousands of years, and prehistoric wilderness still wanders to the day like saber-tooth. Now, don't get me wrong. I get that. That's true. Alaska is a big ass. It's the biggest state.
Yeah.
In the world of the United States. Now, it's not connected to the United States, but it is like the biggest state. Now, you're right. Now, but you can say that right here in America too. There's a lot of mountain areas that people never gone to and gone missing. You know, you had the famous missing 411. Now, but we're talking about 16,000 people. Now, people can be murdered, taken out in the snow. You never find them. Now, if you melt all the snow, that would be interesting. But then,
well, they got trackers too.
And Alaskan natives warn people and often talk about evil spirits and beings like demons known as Comstock, who kills and eats people. Yeah, there's a lot of mysteries, guys. There's a lot of mysteries. Oh yeah, we know about that movie. We talked about that movie here. Tom Hanks had a movie called Maze and Monsters, but in the early 80s. Only saw it once, and I remember much about it. Yeah, that's the movie where Tom Hanks gets so involved in the game that he thinks he's still playing, even at the end. He's gone totally mental, and he never got himself out of the game. He's actually still playing the game.
Yeah, like right now. We're playing the game. I'm still playing the game. Yeah, I'm still a half human. No, I'm half human dwarf, half elf, half orc. Yeah, still playing the game. I've got plus 100. This got potions.
This is what we're gonna do. I found an article that says 10 facts about the little-known Alaska Triangle. So I thought, we'll check out the 10 facts. We'll check out what it say about it. Now, what is this? What is Tony saying about Alaska? Alaska is ours in Canada. We'll let you think it's yours. Well, technically,
we sold it fair and square.
Well, Bob, technically, I hate to tell Canadians this, that Canadians technically ours. It's the United States.
Oh shit.
Canadians is ours. Let's be honest here. If America wasn't here, Canada probably would be taken over. Hey, I love Canada. I live next to Canada. I'm two and a half hours away from Canada. We visit Canada. But let's be honest here. Canada Army's not like the America's Army. Look what's going on in Afghanistan. As soon as we get our soldiers out, they take over. That tells you how powerful the American Army is. So technically, Canada is ours. So if Canada is ours, Alaska is ours.
Well, although I have met probably the best survivalist in my fucking life, they're always Canadian. They're like the best survivalists are always Canadian that I've met in the military. They were like, these guys are the fucking creme de la creme, man.
Hey, Bob, Rowan Returns Agent says Canada is our little brother. Well, some people say Canada's our little sister too.
Oh,
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I love Canada. I'm joking.
Well, you gotta remember in this place, Canada's badass. They used to be very soft, but now they're the opposite. Remember, it's the opposite world. Canada's kind of badass now.
Tor's got a good point. Canada and USA still belong to the crown of England. Ask Bob.
Yeah, which makes them mine. I'm the king of England, and Canada's mine. My Canada. Tis of me, sweet land of liberty, King Robert Wood, that we hold our allegiance. Yeah, one day I'm gonna lead all of Canada against the Queen of England.
Well, I honestly, one of the things I can't wait is when the Seattle Kraken actually starts playing hockey, and when we get those games against Vancouver, Canada, those two games, our games against Canada, it's going to be like a Super Bowl in a lot of ways. We
might have to get Tony into the Dungeons and Dragons game. I don't know if he'll do it, but it'd be kind of crazy. He'd be loud.
I can see Tony. Who the fuck hit me? Who
the fuck hit me?
Who hit me behind? Who did this?
Who stole my shit? What? Which one of you stole my sword?
Once I find out who it is, I'm going to put a hit on you.
Which one of you stole my potions?
Okay. So 10 facts about the little-known Alaska Triangle. Like I said, we all heard of Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Now, let's look here. Number 10, the location of the Alaska Triangle. Okay, let's see here.
Location. It's all about
the Alaska
location.
Triangle covers a huge area of the state, from the southeast area to Juneau and Utqiagvik, the northern region of the Barrow mountain range, also to the city of Anchorage. So Anchorage, Juneau, and the Utqiagvik is basically the triangle. Okay.
Yeah.
So includes mountains, peaks, large forests, and isolated barren tundra. There are a large amount of local people who live there, as well as tourists visiting the location and they go missing every year. There also been numerous planes. Okay, here we go. Numerous planes have disappeared or crashed without any explanation. As a matter of fact, since 1988, there have been over 16,000 people who have vanished seemingly into thin air in the mysterious Alaska Triangle. This is more than the Bridgewater Triangle and the Bermuda Triangle since 1988. So there's more missing people here versus those two areas. Now, first of all, I'll tell you why that's interesting to me right out the bat. I'll tell you why it's interesting.
Why?
Okay, the Bridgewater Triangle, that's in the East Coast, baby. That's a lot of people. Bermuda Triangle, well, that's ocean, but there's a lot more air traffic. There's a lot more airplane flights, everything. We're talking about Alaska. I mean, here, let's find out the population of Alaska. Hold on. What's the population of Alaska. Let's see. Alaska population 731,545. So 16,000. That's a high percentage.
It is.
That if you think about it in that point of view, listen. In the Washington State is alone, in this Washington State has over 5 million people. New York has what? 5 million people in one state. I mean, in one city versus what the rest of the state. California has what? Over 20 million people.
Yeah.
Florida has what? 15, 20 million people.
Yeah.
So you're talking Alaska that only has 735,000, less than 1 million people, and you have over 16,000 people go missing. Okay, I get it.
A lot of fucking people, man.
I get it. Bob, I get it. Yes, there's a lot of unknown land part, but hey, go to Montana, people. Look how much open land there is there too. So, yes, there's harsher weather, but shit. Look at some of these harsh weather that's happening right here in the United States of America. God damn, I just watched the news. In Tennessee, they basically had rain that hit so hard, so fast, it almost took out a whole town.
I know.
I know. So I mean, it's no matter where you go, it's like we're getting everywhere is getting hit hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird like that, right?
Montana.
There's nothing going on in the world.
Montana is beautiful. Now, listen, to live in Montana,
it's just like every other day.
To live in Montana, to really live that lifestyle, you really got to have money in the first place. You got to, because you want to buy that country land where nobody can go on there, so you can hunt yourself. But of course, you got to have money to be able to live there. Now, here we go.
Well, yeah.
I have asked Texas Danny to, send me over some information about some changes in Alaska. And here we go. Anchorage has had quantum changes to the entire area. And listen, I contribute to the 16,000 people missing.
Yeah.
Now remember, we're just on number 10. We're gonna scroll down to the top one. So let me
some sort of vortex, some sort of time continuum vortex.
God, don't you get top? Look at all these fucking spam mails lately.
Well,
man.
that's life now. Everything is, they try to they'll sell you anything now. Constantly.
Yeah. Now, just in case, if people think I'm not, I don't know why, not telling the truth about the population, this is what it says here: 731,000 people. Now, look at this. Wyoming has 578,000 people. I mean, Wyoming almost has 100, almost the amount of people of Alaska, and Alaska is huge.
Yeah.
So clear. Let's go back to the top 10 so we can check out what's number 9. Like I said, here, and guys, let me just. There was a I actually deleted it, but there was wrong one. There was somebody who left a comment the day before the show. It says, "Great, another group spreading lies about the Alaska Triangle," and I deleted it because, first of all, we're not spreading lies. We're just spreading what we're reading, and we let you guys decide on what you want to believe. We don't push any beliefs on anybody. We're just sharing information. Some people in the chat has already said, "I've never heard of the Alaska Triangle." Well, guess what? Now you heard it. Now you can do your own investigation. So don't think we're here to push, hey, Triangle's all true. No. Now, Bob and I would want Discovery Channel to sponsor us to go there, check it out on our own,
Because people might get the truth.
Eric, are you wearing black today because you just got back from your Antifa rally? Oh, yeah. I go to all these rallies, baby. Yeah, I don't go to any fucking rallies. All rallies are a waste of time. Sorry to tell you guys that, but they are. Would love to go to Alaska one day. Oh, yeah, we're Rowan. We're actually thinking about eventually purchasing one of those boats to go to Alaska. One of those one of those travel boats. What do they call those, Bob? Those big
the airline cruiser or the cruisers,
the cruise line. And the only
cruise
reason
line,
is because the tickets are so cheap.
Yeah,
Because of what's
really?
going on in the world, it's the best time to jump on it.
How much are the tickets?
Shit, right now you can find them $300-400 a person.
Oh,
remember,
wow!
That includes food. That includes room aboard.
Wow, that's fucking cheap, man. I might have to go do that.
My brother-in-law lives in Wyoming. He's a horse breaker and a mobile. Oh wow, he trains horses.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, big episode tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow on my other channel. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all future horror movies that's coming in. Oh yeah, but hold on a second. We're gonna get into more of this triangle. We'll go to number 9 for a second. Bob, this Friday I went to the movies. I went and saw this movie called The Night House.
The Night House.
Now, The Night House, if anybody's seen the trailer, it's about a woman in this house that's out in the middle of the woods where she has a husband dies and, haunted things happen, right? So, it looked interesting. So we went to watch this movie, and during the first half of the movie, it was like, okay, it's going to be a slower movie. They're pretty cool, different, like scares to keep you going until you get to the storyline. And then you came up to the storyline where you're thinking, you're talking about like a reverse house. Like, okay, I can see where they're going with this. Reverse house, this house, kind of a psychological thing. Okay. Yeah. No, they didn't go that route. Okay, then later on in the movie, there's like a bunch of dead bodies in bags. Okay, they're going to Dexter route. Okay. Not as good as the house route. Okay, I can see it. I can live with it. No, they didn't.
What?
So like, in this kind of a movie now, the whole movie depends on the last 10 minutes.
Oh, one of those movies.
Together.
Where you paid the entire price and then the last 10 minutes.
The last 10 minutes just fucking blows. I mean, it just fucking blows. It's just like, what the fuck? You had, listen, I'm not a writer. I'm not a professional writer. It felt like they're having this good idea to a point, and the studio goes, "Hey guys, you got 2 days left. Oh shit, let's just do this." I mean, it felt like that because they had this interesting effect where you kind of saw the shadow, like the shadow moves, right? That was cool. But then they did it like 4 times in the movie, like they're overdoing it, and the movie fucking sucks. I mean, that ending was just so fucking stupid.
That's
I'm like,
what it is now. I mean, everything's like that.
And then Bob, I can't. It kills me. I can't remember this title. Last night on Netflix is a 2017 movie. The quarantine scene. I don't know what it is. It's about a couple who had their kid died. So you got the house haunted. So you're watching this movie, right? And it was kind of interesting because they get this medium saying that the living can't live with the dead can't live with the living. So this medium, you're thinking, it's gonna go like evil, but it never did. It was like the total opposite. Instead of evil, you find out that the kid is basically here because the parents got divorced because of the death. It's about the kid was actually was sent back to get them back together. So, instead of
time travel?
What's that?
Like time travel?
Not wasn't like time travel. The father goes back to the house and finds and sees his ghost as his son, and so the ghost. So and then brings the ex-wife over, and they get attachment to the ghost, who's their son. Yeah. And the medium's like, the dead is not here. It's not good for the dead to live with the living. So you're thinking bad things are going to happen. They have certain things that are set up like, okay, here comes the horror because it was in the scary movie section.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's going to be scary, but it was like a total reversal. So it wasn't a great movie, but I thought it is kind of neat in a way because everything you thought, you watch movies of horror about the medium, they did the total opposite. Where basically it's like, it's kind of a message is like, you might want to listen to the ghosts because they're not all evil. They're not all here to possess you. They're here to help you in a lot of ways. So it was kind of interesting. If I get the title, I try to find the title. I forgot what it's called. It was like a total reversal. But
Is it like
actually,
Stir of Echoes?
No. Stir of Echoes has some scary
You remember,
elements.
because the ghost wasn't bad in Stir of Echoes.
No, it was to solve the mystery of who killed her. This was, well, I guess there was a tiny mystery on how the kid died, but beyond that, sorry guys, we'll go back to the number 10.
Weird. Okay.
Here we go. Number 9, Alaska monsters.
Ah,
Here we go.
Alaska monsters.
Okay, there was even a television series based on the Alaska Triangle. And the funny thing is, I had Discovery Plus before, but I've never even seen this.
No, I've never heard of the. No, never.
But
heard
on the
of
Alaska Triangle show, it's dangerous animals that live in the area. The show is called Alaska Monsters, and it's about a team of 6 experienced frontiersmen called the Alaska Midnight Suns, who explore the vast wilderness in hopes of finding dangerous creatures looking through the forest. Okay, kind of like Bigfoot hunts, I guess, in a way.
Okay, yeah.
So many people believe that their area are dangerous and the mysterious creatures living in a huge forest of Alaska. AMS job to investigate the triangle area by area to find evidence of these beasts they believe are the reason for the disappearance of thousands of people. These frontiersmen are responsible for investigating leads, conducting interviews with locals, and even tracking footprints, which that's what Bigfoot trackers do.
Yeah.
On a common theory is that Bigfoot lives in remote areas of the wilderness. So in a lot of ways, it's basically a Bigfoot hunt.
It's what it sounds like.
Alaska. But the problem with Alaska is in theory, with all the snow they get, it's hard to find footprints because all the fresh snow that keeps coming on top. So
it's wild.
It's got to be a way tougher type of research.
Yeah, it's wild up there. I mean, there's no, they invite Americans to come live there, and they pay you to live there. That's kind of how weird it is. They pay you money to live in Alaska. I even considered it.
It was good. That was a fantastic movie. I liked it, especially when Kevin Bacon was wearing a Social Distortion shirt. So represent Alaska.
Yeah.
Hide. Well, yeah. There's plenty of places to hide. I mean, fuck, you just run out in the snow. It's not like if you're gonna go chase somebody out in the snow, you better have the gear, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of remote areas out there. I mean, it's
a lot of people. Well, they're living up in there. They got cabins around lake areas, and they have the puddle jumpers, the planes that go up there, and they drop off supplies. These are people with an income other than working. Alaska's paying them to live there, and B, they've got some kind of disability money coming in, something from somewhere. Yeah,
they actually pay people to go up there and do something to help out up there somehow.
Homesteading, yeah.
In 2012, North American's Atlas, that same area, changed to the Alaskan tragic oil reserves.
Right? Yeah, that's where the money comes from. You get money from the oil. Yeah. I guess every citizen gets a cut from oil up in Alaska.
Remote areas, good places to hide. That's
you know how many felons are probably living up there right now?
Yeah, 40 days.
There's probably a lot of felons.
And that's a great movie because there's a lot of parts of Alaska that stays dark for periods of time, or daylight periods of time.
No, I've heard that's true. There are towns up there where they have where it stays night for like a period of time, and they outlaw alcohol because people have a tendency to be depressed and get kind of rowdy, and they outlaw the alcohol for that period of time. It's kind of weird. They do that.
My current Atlas shows all new park destinations. Oh, that's interesting.
Nice. Yeah.
That is interesting. I could chase Bigfoot in my bears in the bear snow. Okay.
Absolutely.
Equipment. Well, Bob, didn't you say that you can, but the only thing you need is a pickle in one of your hands?
Well, yeah, you can do it with a pickle. You can hunt down Bigfoot with a pickle.
Yeah.
What I do is I would get up. How I hunt Sasquatch is I get up early in the morning and I rub the hot ash on my naked body for the heat, and it protects you against insects and all kinds of other things. But I rub the ash against my naked body, and then I have a knife in my and my gluteus maximus laid side down between the cheeks, and that's how I crawl through the bushes hunting Sasquatch. That's how I do it. I learned it from the natives, Native Americans.
Great place for vampires. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're talking about the vampires that can only come out at night, oh yeah, there's some great places for up there.
Yeah, the vampires fly over from Russia. They kind of fly over from that Russian area.
Alan, 30 days. 30 days of darkness. Yeah. Okay. 30 days of darkness. That's how long darkness can happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Never thought about there probably is a lot of people hiding there. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of felons up in Alaska. They've taken on different identities. They've stole names from people that have passed away. They've got their social security number. They're living up in there. No one's going to hunt them down up in Alaska. They live up in a cabin. A lot of felons up in there. Yeah.
I like this, Hobbs. I couldn't chase Mickey Mouse with no equipment. Well, you don't hunt Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse hunts you.
Yeah.
Okay? Mickey Mouse finds you.
Yeah, he had his tail cut off somewhere along the line. Somebody caught him and cut his tail off. So someone needs to leave Mickey Mouse alone. Probably with Hobbs.
Well, here's number 8. Is Bigfoot to blame?
Most likely.
Let's see here. With huge amount of forest and uncharted wilderness, Alaska is certainly a perfect location for Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, to hide out. There are numerous reports of Bigfoot sightings through the entire state. Well, almost every state has somewhat of a sighting. I mean, technically. Some reports include evidence of nesting sites, a possible Bigfoot skeleton. Now, that's different. You don't hear a lot about skeletons here in America. So
I know.
That's interesting to know. Is there a picture of this skeleton?
No,
what is this possible skeleton? I like to see that. And unidentified hair samples. Yeah, but hair samples are found everywhere. Even in America, there's a lot of hair samples. So, I mean, that part's nothing new. But the Bigfoot skeleton, that's interesting.
Remember, I've determined that Bigfoot is actually actually a reptile. He's a branch off the reptile branch.
I mean,
and that's not hair. Those are proto feathers. Oh.
You never know. I mean, there's some dinosaurs that a belief is some dinosaurs come off of the strand of birds.
Yeah.
Some of the dinosaurs, the way their bones are shaped, some of them are shaped as a bird.
Yeah.
You know,
and they lay eggs.
Yes.
People think they give birth, they actually lay eggs. Yeah.
Some villages have even relocated as a result from terrifying encounters with Bigfoot, which is surprising because the common understanding is that the creature prefers isolated areas and is in general quite peaceful. If Bigfoot is as confrontational as people in Alaska claim it's to be, it's a possibility that the creatures is perhaps the reason why some people go missing, especially in the wilderness, if they come and face with it. Well, I mean, right here in America, you got the famous the missing 411, where
David
bodies just go missing and nobody knows why. I mean, seriously, nobody knows why. Bodies go missing. So I mean,
well, a lot of UFO encountered.
Now, in Alaska, you know, a lot of those areas, people don't go there, so it's easier for any kind of creature to take you. Now, think about it. I don't know what all the wildlife animals they exactly have there, but if a wildlife animal takes you like a bear, and then it starts snowing, I mean, who's gonna find your bodies?
Right.
You know what's interesting? I mean, we don't want this to happen. If Alaska snow could all melt and you could just look on the layer grounds of the parts that the snow never leaves and see all the bones and stuff that are under.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a lot of abductions happen there, remember?
Now, what does our friend say? Name Alaska basically moved considerable distance between realities. Yeah.
Very good.
Santa Claus is a Bigfoot reptile.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm kind of headed that direction myself.
Missing 401 is awesome. It's interesting, right? I mean, it is interesting. I mean, the most interesting that not that people are missing is how when you look at these investigations, when you actually take time to research, you know, they look at the footsteps, and then the footsteps, then it just stops. It's like there's no more footsteps. They're just gone. You don't see a drag. You don't see a dent in the dirt like they're taken. It's almost like a UFO came over and picked you straight up. That's what's interesting about a lot of these missing people, that the print just stops.
You should scroll up a little bit on the theory of the Otter Man, because at the moment I'm just seeing a woman's gluteus maximus. Just kind of there you go.
I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see here. Bigfoot killed dozens of people in Port Chatham. Bigfoot killed dozens of people. Now I'm just asking this question. What do you mean? Like how do you know Bigfoot has killed a dozen people? I mean, what if it was bears or something? I mean, was there some kind of
a bear tribe? Was
there some kind of a like hair they couldn't recognize? So what I'm asking is, what tributes this story to say they think it's Bigfoot that killed these dozens of people in Port Chatham? If you let us know, that'd be great.
Well,
I saw
also
the documentary. That's cool. I mean, in the documentary, what do they say? Why do you think it's Bigfoot? That's what I'm getting at. Hobbs, Bigfoot ain't it? Hobbs still missing, sadly. Hoping he found a female cat and is happy. Storm, I think he got his direction messed up. Oh, Bigfoot. Hey, did you guys ever find your mom's cat? I didn't get to ask you. I'm curious. You guys ever find your mom's cat?
During the storm.
Yeah. I'd like to know. Because people's animals, they're their family, they're their kids.
Well, I heard Mississippi got Eric. Mississippi got hit.
Here, Bob, I got. Hold on. I don't know. You guys might not think it's funny, Bob. Nobody might think it's funny. I was walking my dog this morning around the school, and there's a nice lady saying, "Oh my God, that's a beautiful dog. Can I pet her?" And the dog was afraid of her, so the dog like was behind me. And here comes a guy that walks right out of the school, and my dog went right to him.
Oh God!
It was just like, oh my, likes him, doesn't like her.
She might have been a reptile pretending to be human.
That's sad. No, still missing. That's what I was answering to Hobbs. Oh, that sucks.
Oh man, I'm sorry, dude.
But you know what?
Man. Cats are resilient. They'll come back.
Listen, keep your fingers crossed, because we have known cats have gone missing for a month, and then one day they're back. When he said bear tribe, I picture bears when Indians headdress is on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, there's even reports from anthropologists that, I don't know, but they swear that there are still active living tribes, native tribes, indigenous peoples still living the way they used to live, a couple hundred years ago, staying away from everyone else. The dog men, not like the dog men with the dog heads, but could be dog men and they're wearing bear skins. They could be wearing animal furs and animal skins, so they don't ever be seen. They could have done the raiding. And that's plausible. That's literally plausible. Still tribes living in there. Still people, natives living up in there.
Well, let's check out number 7. Theory of the Otter Man. There are many different theories regarding of all disappearance in the Alaska Triangle, and one of them includes the evil spirits associated with the native Tlingit people who live in the area. These people are said to have origins dating back to 11,000 years ago. Their name, Tlingit, means people of the tides. These people believe that there is a shape-shifting demon named Kushika,
Whoa.
who is crossed between a man and an otter. It is said to lure people to their impending doom by attracting lost people to the water by portraying children or women who are screaming for help. It is also said that when Kuchika, also known as the Otter Man, captures these lost people and steals their souls. It is a folklore that has never been proven, but is still frightening, though, to say the least. Well, all folklore technically hasn't been proven, but
Otter Man?
listen, I have heard paranormal stories of people doing paranormal searches out in the open, have said they've heard children by waters and stuff. You know, there's stories that there's been women who killed, it's sad to say, has killed their own children down there. That's caused the spirits to be like children by the water. But who says? Bob, maybe Missing 411. Maybe they've heard children or women. Because, no offense.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
percentage of hunters, no offense, are men. No offense. Percentage of hunters are men, and good men. And good men, if they hear children or women like they think they're in danger, they're going to go check it out.
Well, I've heard the stories from David Paulides where he talked about one older woman and I guess her grandson were walking and he veered off like to the left. It's kind of a weird situation where all of a sudden somehow they got lost from each other. He ends up miles away on some other mountainside, which is impossible to get there from where she was at. And she described being in the forest and she was surrounded by shadow people. They were all watching it. They were all talking to each other in whisper form. And they were whispering weird things to her. And she freaked out and she took off running and she finally found the trail. But as soon as she went off the trail, these whisper people, these shadow people were following her. Like they surrounded her from all, well, what she describes. Again, she's an elderly woman. Let's take it with some grain of salt. But these whisper people had surrounded her, shadow whispering people. And they were like saying things. Now, like you said, maybe they have that ability, they could sound like children and laughing or crying baby or whatever and cause you to go off the path and just walk up looking for some crying baby or some crying kid, and next thing you know, you're lost. And that's when the Otter Man gets you.
Yeah, I would freak out more well, Torres says he would freak out more at Otter Man than Bigfoot. Well, yeah, because
I would too.
Because Bigfoot is a physical thing. You know, you see Bigfoot. I'm not saying you can outrun him, but an Otter Man is spirit thing. It's like fighting. You know, you don't know how to fight it, right? I know Bigfoot. You know how to fight it either, but you know Bigfoot could die if you shot him in the heart or if you do it just right. An Otter Man, dude, you don't know how to kill that thing. I mean,
yeah, I've never heard of Otter Man. That's a new one for me. You've got Mothman, you've got Skunk Ape, you've got Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Dogman, but now Otter Man.
Maybe in the future we'll do a show called Otter Man. So we won't look at it now, but that'll be a good show in the future. Look at Otter Man. Now,
yeah, we'll have to get Connor on here for that one. You'll have to do research on Otter Man.
Now, Texas Danny, I used to live in Bigfoot country. I bony hopped all the time alone in the 1970s and never saw anything at all. I was lucky. Never even saw a bear. I mean, that's what it is.
So lucky.
Texas Danny, you know,
seen many bears.
You know, listen, Texas Danny, I've always said this. There is no one professional, you know, a 100% professional tracker. Because if there was, we would have a lot more pictures, a lot more bones, a lot more evidence. Sometimes a lot of these stories come out that people weren't even searching for Bigfoot. They just ran.
Most of the time.
That's most of the time. So
most of the time,
you know, because if you're an expert, right? Bigfoot is mysterious. You know, Bigfoot can smell. They know you're there.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't want to talk more about Bigfoot too much, guys, because I'm saving that for Wednesday about the international Bigfoot.
So let's just refer him to Otter Man. We'll just talk about Otter Man.
Yeah. Now I got a new Mandela Effect rap song coming out. Cool.
Oh, I want to hear that.
What's the name of the rap song by any chance? Can you
hear
tell
this.
us what the name of the rap songs? Just so we can listen to it, and when your video
Yeah.
comes out, we can cross-reference on what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you could include like a lyric with Otter Man, that would be cool too. So we got
Shape-shifting
Mandela
demons are
effects and
everywhere.
Otter Man.
Shape-shifting demons? Yeah, I can see that. That's true. I can see shape-shifting demons.
Shape-shifting demons.
Alaska has a lot of abductees, according to the movie Fort
A
Collins.
lot of abductions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're doing this show. A lot of people think Bermuda, Bridgewater Triangle, but nobody talks about the Alaska Triangle. That's why we're doing it, because we're all learning together here. Here we go. The 13th Warrior movie had tribes dressed up as animals to strike enemies. That is absolutely true.
Well,
100%.
people don't know that the Viking actually had a special forces group, the Berserker. And the Berserkers, according to the stories, if they're correct, take it with a grain of salt, is that to become a Berserker, you have to have killed a bear. You had to have killed a bear. And so the majority of the Berserkers will have bear skins on them. And of course, they've got a child that's becoming a Berserker that's, a younger version dude. And usually have that kid eat a lot of mushrooms, and then he pisses into a bowl, which filters the mushrooms. And then the Berserkers drink the urine. They pass it around as the kid keeps drinking water as taking mushrooms, because it's a filtered version of the mushroom, which is kind of weird by itself. But they're drinking the piss of the kid with the mushroom. But then they become the bear. They become the bear. In fact, Eric, I don't know if you knew this, but in Scotland, they used to have bears. They used to have bears in Scotland, but they were all killed by the Berserkers that had settled with the Vikings.
I can see
and they
that.
went out and did their little trials, but they killed all the fucking bears in Scotland.
I can see that. Dude, in America, we almost killed out all the buffaloes.
Yeah,
We almost killed all the buffaloes. There are 7 main energy triangles. Cool. That sounds like a show in itself.
Yeah, a lot of
7
sevens.
main energy triangles.
Very good.
There to my eyes is ample evidence that numerous rotation plates exist in Alaska. Well, I believe you. Did I hear you kush something? What? Reptiles are shapeshifters. Yeah. You can fight a greater being than you.
Yeah.
I saw something about there giant otters here, and they are supposed to be really mean.
Well, Otter Man is really bad, because Otter Man will call you in as like a child's voice, like a naked woman's voice. Come play with me in the water.
Now, guys,
I've got boobicles, and you can come see them in the water. I'm Otter Man. They don't know he's Otter Man. Otter Man's doing it.
Hey, guys, I am getting back to the list. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anybody major.
No.
Still wondering why there are triangles instead of squares of circles. True. That's a good question. I mean, it just.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, they pick the 3 biggest cities to draw these lines. Sometimes, I mean, technically, it could be a square or all that. I just think when they do a diagram, some person just likes the word triangle more.
Yeah, triangle sounds more seductive.
Yes.
More dangerous.
Otters in general can crack open a clam. Imagine Otter Man in your skull.
Oh, can you imagine being attacked by Otter Man?
Cool.
Your head just snap, man.
Good friend of Standing Goats Rescue. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm still working, but I have my earbuds and I'm listening. I'm having a wonderful day. You are. Hey, listening to us in earbuds, we love that.
Yeah, enjoy us in your ear holes, man. We love being inside of you. So that's the greatest. I feel better being inside of you at the moment.
Here we go. Number 6. A UFO right through the triangle. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Here comes the UFOs. In 1986, a Japanese plane was flying from Iceland to Anchorage, Alaska, when it comes across 3 UFOs.
Because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, the 3 unidentified flying objects followed the airliners for about 400 miles right through the Alaska Triangle. One of the objects was said to be twice the size of an aircraft carrier while the other two were smaller in size. Now, the crew reported seeing flashing lights following their plane and air traffic controllers. Also witnessed something unidentifiable on their radar that was reportedly as close as 5 miles away from the plane. The pilot claimed that one point the two smaller ships appeared directly in front of the plane at pretty close range. He described the two small ships and the mothership disappearing and reappearing quickly, moving fast and stopping suddenly, which is impossible for a normal airliner to do. In order to escape the UFOs, the pilot received permission from the ground crew to fly at a lower altitude while making several turns to elude the objects. But nothing he did could escape them. After about 32 minutes, the UFOs disappeared, although the pilot claimed he came through the entire encounter lasted much longer than that.
Weird. I'm still confused. So Japanese pilots in a Japanese plane is flying from
Iceland
to Anchorage, but they're coming from Japan. I worked at an aerospace museum. Now, forgive me, people. I'm just probably stupid. I'm trying to figure this one out. Now, did it go back to that sentence again, Eric? I know we're going to go into the detail of the UFOs, but there's a big flag for me at the moment. They said it flied from. Okay, hold on. Japanese plane. Scroll back up. I can't see it. The blue. Okay, Japanese plane. What? Oh, go back down. Right there. Right there. A Japanese plane was flying from Iceland to Anchorage. The math don't work on that. So how does a Japanese plane? Because the Japanese airline would fly across the Aleutian Islands along that area there and to Alaska. Well, they've got a place in case they have emergency landing. How is it that the Japanese airplane is going from Japan to Iceland to Anchorage? Okay, anyway, go ahead. I'm lost.
Well, it says Japanese plane was flying from Iceland to Anchorage. Yeah, you're right. It's Japanese, like a Japanese plane doing Iceland and going to Anchorage. Kind of a weird.
If you look at a map, Iceland is the opposite. It's like, how do you go from? Did they like go into a tunnel and then come up in a? Okay, I don't know about that.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm weird. That's weird to me.
No.
They're flying from Iceland to a Japanese plane. It's like a rabbi, a priest, and a donkey walk into a bar. You know, they just don't go together. It's just,
Well, here, let's pull up MapQuest. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm just curious about that.
So there's Alaska.
There's Alaska. Okay. And if you go to
No, that is weird. Because look, Iceland has to fly all the way through Canada to go to. Man, they must have good bus.
Okay, and then but Japan is to the well, it'd be to my left. You go the other way.
Yeah, you're right. No. Yeah, that's yeah.
I'm curious. Why? What? There's Alaska. Well, you got to go all the way hard left. Well, it's the other way. There you go. Other way. There you go. Well, and up and up and up. There you go. So there's Japan. There's Japan. So it would fly along the shoreline, you know, for safety, along where the Aleutian Islands are. Well, that fucking Aleutian Islands have changed. Where's Danny at? Danny, what's up with the Aleutian Islands, man? Come on.
It is weird. It is weird because a Japan plane went all the way to Iceland to go from Iceland all the way to Alaska. I wonder what the hell was in that plane.
I don't know.
Are we starting a conspiracy here? What were they hiding in that plane? Why did you have to fly from Japan to Iceland to Alaska?
Unless it was flying Japanese to England, or had done so it's going that way, And they stopped at Iceland, and then they probably landed in Ireland or London. They followed them, and then they just they're going back home. So maybe it was going back home. So it followed the route back across Iceland, and it went across Canada. It went over Alaska on its way to Japan back home. That's what that's got to be. So then they saw the UFOs. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I just want to clarify that. I was like weird.
There we go. Number
sense.
5. We actually done a show about the vortex before. Energy vortexes. Vortex. Energy vortex. Some believe that the Alaska Triangle is located in vortices. Vortices, I don't know. Which mean that it has extreme electromagnetic anomalies in addition to energy vortex, which are electromagnetic currents. One great example of vortex is the Bermuda Triangle. However, several other planes on this planet are also said to have it, such as Humakula volcano in Hawaii, the Devil's Sea in Japan, and North and South Poles. Other famous destinations that are said to lie on vortexes are Easter Island, Stonehenge, and the pyramids of Egypt. In fact, some people believe that the reason why these monuments were built in the first place was because they are located on a vortex.
Vortex ley lines,
Yeah. Energy vortex are said to cause different effects on people's bodies, such as affecting their mental, physical, and emotional health, as well as causing hallucinations and visions, confusion, and disorientation. In addition, these people have even shown signs of healing powers, and sometimes electric instruments can malfunction, such as compasses.
Oh, that makes sense. That's probably how I got here in 2016. Huh. But I got healed somehow, so that would make sense that I went through one of them vortex circle thingies. Huh, like God's rectum. We went into God's rectum and out the other side. Okay, yeah. Vortex, yeah.
They have changed the same tracks with Russian now.
Yeah, Eric put up the Aleutian Islands again. Is that still on there? I gotta see the Aleutian Islands one more time. They really, I mean, again, people, it's opinion. It's up to you. If this is something, it's in your camp. If it's not your camp, don't sweat it. Nothing serious. I'm having a little difficulty mind-wise with the Aleutian Islands at the moment. We just kind of glanced at it, and I was like, huh? When the hell did they get that tucked up against the shoreline? Because I remember we had a whole section at the Museum of Flight on the Alaskan Aleutian Islands, and the puddle hoppers from the planes that would go from across the islands to Alaska. Also, the crab seasons and stuff. But those islands look weird to me at the moment. A little more stretched out. Yeah, like a little bit. I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll see. The maps are all wrong anyway. Even I'm going to put a disclaimer: Google Maps. It's everybody could be as simple as that. Let's see what happens. I got my COVID medicine. I'm just smoking away. Okay, go down to the Aleutian Islands.
Well, let me.
You gotta go.
It won't.
It won't let you go there, huh?
Oh,
there you go. Now zoom in. Okay, and you go way up. You're down too far. You're way. There we go. There's the Aleutian Islands. There's the Aleutian Islands. Fuck me. They've taken a little bit of a change. I don't know. In my opinion, when I'm obviously misremembering everything. But wow, does that look? That's Japan, though. That's not the Aleutian Islands. You got to go past Japan. go up into the Aleutian Islands. They're gonna go up. There we go. What? Where the fucking islands go? There's a few. Oh, okay, there they are. Well, they're little ditty dots now. Huh, okay. There's another weird island in the middle of the water, a white thing. Oh, okay. I don't know. Just weird for me. So it's up to you guys. You want to look up the Aleutian Islands and scratch your head and see what you can figure out.
Yeah. I think one of the famous stories out of Alaska was, I can't remember the governor's name. There was a governor in a plane, and this governor's plane just disappeared. Just gone, just vanished. And they did. It was considered the search for this missing plane with this governor on there was considered like the biggest search that's ever been done from around the world. And
wow,
it was like just without a trace. Maybe that'll be on this list. Well, I'll see. If I'm not, I'll try to find the name. Let me see. Actually, let me type in it. Alaska governor who plane.
Well, you know, above Alaska, they kind of practically have their own weather system because of the hot and the cold and the time. I mean, they have their own weather system. That's why a lot of puddle jumping planes, bush hoppers, whatever, bush planes, they call them bush planes, have a difficult time sometimes. They got to kind of keep it down low. You know, getting pretty hugging them mountains, man, pretty fucking good. So, but you got to be the best of the best to be a bush pilot. Alaskan bush pilots, holy shit. Imagine that job. I wouldn't mind doing it for the fun of it. Being an Alaskan bush pilot, that'd be fun. I don't know. Yeah. Not if they're going to go disappearing. Okay.
Yeah, I'll look it up later. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go to number one. Let's go to this next one. Let's see here. Vast wilderness. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The state of Alaska has huge amounts of wilderness, which we know that. The rigid landscape includes hazardous terrain and dangerous wild animals, a lot of bears, a lot. In addition to the harsh weather, it is also home to the property of 100 active volcanoes. So 100 of active volcanoes out there. Needless to say, it's dangerous to camp or hike since it's very easy to get lost in the wilderness with the added threat of the dangerous animals and lurk in the forest. Surviving the Alaska wilderness isn't easy, and unfortunately for those who get lost, getting found is next to impossible. The search and rescue teams have a very difficult time locating people with the complications for the vast wilderness, locations, the mountains, unpredictable weather, like you're saying, Bob, unpredictable weather. For example, some areas can get low as negative 40 degrees in winter. Perhaps this makes the most sense of the theories. However, majority of the disappearances are located inside of the Alaskan Triangle. So that's yet another unanswered question. So the wilderness technically is not connected in the triangle. See, that's interesting. So
let's take a look.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
Let's take a look at the triangle. Let's see what's below it. What's mountain ranges? What do we have here? Let's break this baby down. Let's dissect it. What's going on?
Well, I mean,
let's see the.
I still have the one picture up. I mean,
okay. I see there. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so what's underneath there?
Mostly ocean.
Well, the other, that's Canada.
Hey, part of Canada's in the triangle. They should feel happy.
And there's a river. Now, David Paulides always talked about people disappearing by rivers. So there's your river.
Let's see if there's let's see. Let's look at this one. This one might be better.
Okay. I don't know what the color graph is, though.
Must be how the ground is.
There's Juneau. There's Anchorage.
Magnetic anomalies caused by various in Earth materials and structure. So in the light gray is part of the structure that has a lot of magnetic issues.
Yeah, because I mean, you have a subduction zone, and so the subduction zone is pull. If everyone, I don't believe in that. Yeah, whatever. Subduction zone is going down into the Earth's mantle crust. Even if it's flat, guys, you can still do this. Go down on the Earth's mantle crust, bringing up the landmass, which is creating the mountain ranges. But it would also cause a lot of electrical, like a lot of electrical plasma in the air. We just had a 7.1 earthquake up there, just not too a few weeks back, an 8 point something. I know it was an 8 point. It was huge, but yeah. So there's the mountain ranges for it. So a lot of subduction activity there. So it'd be a lot of what they would say. Oh, that's a UFO. No, that's a plasma ball up in the air, electrical ball, or maybe the UFOs right across the electrical balls, the ley lines in the air. But yeah.
There are vortexes all over the realm. The question is on the triangle, what do the triangles around the world add up to, Bob? Possible a 33
an equation, yeah. Well, everything here is a math equation. Everything correct on that one. Everything's math. God's language is math. But yeah, interesting. So it's specifically there's that large river that runs through it, and then there's the high mountain ranges. So, try not to debunk too much, but it seems right in the heart of it, right where the biggest peaks of the mountains are.
Well, let's go number 3. Astonishing number of missing people. Okay. Alaska has more missing persons reports each year than anywhere else in the United States. In fact, it's twice the number of the national average. What's even more eerie is that the state also has the largest of missing people who are never found again. For example, in 2007, there were 2,833 people who were reported missing in Alaska. And at that time, the entire state only had an overall population of 670,000 people. That's averaged out to a frightening statistics of 4 people in every 1,000 people who went missing. That's an incredible high number of disappearances considered the relative low numbers of people in the state. For comparison, just the city of San Francisco alone has a higher population than the entire state of Alaska. Now, let's think about this for a second. This is what I tell people. Even if you don't believe in spirits, UFOs, Bigfoots, you don't believe in the triangle, but you have to believe about the reports of the missing people. That's still not answered. What happened to all those missing people?
I'm looking at also. Well, also there's a couple of matrix I call markers in this little article, which is supposed to be there. This is where if Connor was here, he'd already see it. Well, you got 670,000. Well, there's just 6 and 7, which is 13 right there. So you have 13. Also, if you go up to 2 plus 8 is 10, and you have your 33. Never mind. I'm sorry. 33, 1. Anyway, you just kind of have a couple of. I mean, it means nothing, guys. It's absolutely bullshit what I'm saying, but. Yeah, there's your matrix codes. It's kind of funny with the 67. Out of all that, it could be any number but 67, which is 13. But and then you have your 2 and 8 and 3, 33. Anyway, yeah. Oh, there's the Bush pilot plane. Beautiful planes.
Yeah,
these guys are just skilled vanishing plane.
I think this is the missing plane. The vanishing plane of 1972. Let's see here. One of the most famous disappearances in Alaska Triangle happened in October 1972 when a plane vanished while carrying 2 very important politicians, the House Majority Leader, Hal Boggs, and a representative, Nick Begich. Aboard the plane was also an aide named Russell Brown, as well as the pilot, Don Johns. The airplane, described as Cessna 310 aircraft, disappeared while flying from Anchorage to Juneau. After the plane went missing, there was a huge search for them, which lasted 39 days. and include more than 400 aircrafts and numerous boats with the help from the Coast Guard. But even after all the searching, there were no signs of missing planes or the passengers. There was a conspiracy theory circulating for a while claiming that the crash was intentional and was covered up by the FBI, especially J. Edgar Hoover, and who is said to be involved in a power struggle with Hell Box. Now, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. Listen. Missing bodies, politicians.
Yeah.
What better place to have people go missing than flying in Alaska?
Perfect place. So a Cessna 310, 13. Anyway, 310 went disappeared. You know, I'm starting to believe that every time I see that specific number, it's telling me that in this apocalypse there's some foul play. I'm just saying, what statistically, what are the odds that it would be a Cessna 310, 13 anyway, backwards. 310, and then it goes missing. It's like, to me, every time I see these things now, I'm thinking it's a marker for foul play. Like, and then we go over to the conspiracy that J. Edgar Hoover, which was, I guess, supposedly dresses as a woman on his off time, had this guy disappear. Wouldn't doubt it.
We just got a new subscriber on D Live.
Nice.
John Thomas. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
John Thomas.
I'm not a conspiracy guy. This is not a truther channel. but if you're in Congress, you're having a battle, you want a body to go missing.
Yeah.
Alaska's perfect, baby.
Alaska's a great place for that to happen.
Great place. Great place.
What a wonderful place that is to happen. Yeah, I like that. That Cessna 310 went missing over Alaska somewhere. Yeah. Oh, in the triangle. Over the triangle. Yeah. Yeah.
AGM. I'm looking for a guy named Tony. He owes me $200. You see him? Tell him I'm looking for him. He's probably in Alaska. He probably got lost in Alaska Triangle.
He's probably lost in Alaska.
Now, guys, good hint, right? If you want to get rid of somebody, have them win a trip to Alaska somewhere. Put them a trip to the middle of the triangle. Then if you're going to do something, do it there.
Yeah. Good place. Good place for you to go missing.
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
If you're head of the FBI or CIA and you're a cross-dresser on your off time and you wanted someone to go missing, send them up to the Alaskan Triangle in a Cessna 310 and they'll go missing just fine.
Well, let's see what the number one is.
Just an idea.
It's still a popular
What's number one?
attraction. Let's see here. Despite the endless reports of people disappearing in Alaska, that's obvious not a worry for travelers because, according to the reports, the tourist industry is at an all-time high. Okay.
Ooh.
The state has become a very popular tourist destination, and while the visitor sector has continued to grow in the past several years, it is predicted to grow another 6% in the year 2018 and stuff. In conclusion, it is safe to say that Alaska Triangle is a very mysterious area with a staggering number of people, boats, planes have gone missing throughout the years, never to be seen again. While there are many theories as to what that caused these disappearances, for mythical creatures such as half man, half otter creatures, Bigfoot, UFOs, aliens.
Otter Man.
Many also be natural explanations such as a vortex. No matter what you believe, the Alaska Triangle is definitely one of the greatest unsolved mysteries to this very day, and many people continue to visit the beautiful state, which is riddled with unanswered questions and secrets. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know if we lost Bob or we're off the air.
No, my internet. You know, it's fucking hilarious because I've got multiple boosters. I've got everything you need. And still, during these shows, I've got like these weird energy anomalies that start kicking me off. I'm like, I give up. I've got a super booster on the. There's no delay. I've contacted the company. What's going on? Everything's fine. And why am I getting fluctuations during shows? No other time but during shows. Anyway, sorry about that. You did lose me for a second. Yeah.
Bob was in a triangle. Yeah. Bob
I'm always in a damn triangle. I'm always in a damn triangle. If you have, it's even worse when you have Texas Danny on. When Eric and I have Texas Danny, we have a 100% record of going off. When he's on here too, everything shuts down every time. So there's some of us that somehow fuck up things. I don't know. We'll go back to the big old triangle here. Here we go. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty.
Isn't it? I mean, there's some
nice
areas. Let me see some fun facts. Let's see here. Fun facts. In a given year, 500, 200 people go missing. That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact to know, right? Hey, here's a fun fact for you. 500 to 200 people go missing in Alaska. Oh, wow. Let's go. Never to be seen again. Well, look at this.
Okay.
It's legal to shoot bears in Alaska. Waking a sleeping bear for the purpose of taking a photograph is prohibited.
You don't walk up to a bear, man.
I know, right?
We learned that when we were kids. Even the brown bears. I've been bear hunting.
Who would be stupid enough to? Well, no, I guess there is, right? Hey, Bob, I watched on the news where people at zoos would jump over the gate fence, take pictures with these goddamn animals. There's still people don't understand. These animals are still animals, even though they're living in a man-made cage. They're still lions. They're still tigers. They still got meat streaks in them.
Well, they're NPCs. That's just their role to play. That's just they're supposed to jump over the fence and probably in another place or whatever they've died of some whatever, and then they have to die here, like the movie Final Destination, whatever, and so they do stupid things like jump over fences with animals.
Now, this is a fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that you can type on one row of a keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh?
ALASKA is on one row on a keyboard.
Oh.
That's cool.
Interesting. There's a fun fact you don't get every day. You guys walk away with that one during the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good job.
I'm looking at it right there. That is pretty cool. That's I like that. I like that. There are more than 3,000 rivers and 3 million lakes in Alaska. Like you said, animals, Bigfoots, and all that are known to live by the rivers.
3,000 rivers and 3 million lakes. 33. Yep.
Yeah. Now, Alaska has more coastline than the rest of the United States, combined more than 34,000 miles. This tells you how big it is.
Yeah.
Alaska has more inland water than any other state.
Wow. Yeah, fresh water.
About 5% of Alaska is covered by 1,000+ glaciers.
Oh, yeah. Old glaciers, too, man. From way back.
Alaska has the lowest population density in the nation at 1 person per square mile.
Yeah. Most of them felons. They got tired of working as a carny. So they go, well, I can't live anywhere else because I'm not allowed to live by other people. So I'm going to go up to Alaska where I get a paycheck and then I get to live out in the boonies. Yeah. Mostly ex-carnies, felons.
And then Barrow, 800 miles, such of the North Pole, has both the longest and shortest day. When the sun rises on May 10th, it doesn't set for nearly 3 months. When it sets on November 18th, Barrow residents do not see the sun again for nearly 2 months.
Imagine that.
God damn, I know, right? That's 60 days of darkness.
Yeah. I think that's where they banned alcohol. Then Most people leave. Everyone remembers the movie 30 Days. Carla's doing math.
Oh,
I'm
Bob,
sorry, I don't mean for you guys to be doing math.
Well, Torres asked you this, Bob. What does Alaska add up to in geometry?
Gematria. I don't do gematria because I'm not. Well, I mean, we have a grandmother that was Jewish, but I don't know gematria. I don't know. I don't do gematria. Gematria because it's syllables. Every syllable has its number. I know how to do it. Then there's no vowels, so you can type it in. You can type in gematria on your Google it, and then put in Alaska. It'll come up with it. It'll probably come up 666.
You guys know this. It is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting in Alaska.
Huh?
That's what it says. It is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting in Alaska. So let me ask you this. So you're a park ranger. You got binoculars on.
Yeah.
How do you know that I'm whispering into your ear? Unless you're standing next to the person, right?
I farted. What?
You got a ticket. You got a ticket for whispering while he's moose hunting.
Well, I think if I were to try to break that down and figure it out, I think it's because they don't want moose half shot, and running around with a wound and festering and suffering. When you're cracking around and you're down on the shot, you're gonna take that fucking shot. You don't want no one whispering in your ear. You're gonna miss. So I'm assuming they mean when you're hunting, you don't whisper in someone's ear while they're gonna shoot or fire and pull the trigger. Maybe. Other than that, I can't see where.
So, guys,
who whispers anyway?
If any of you in the chat are watching this, going to Alaska, if you're going to go hunt moose, make sure you don't whisper in that person's ear because you might get a ticket.
I can't imagine two grown men out hunting fucking moose and another man whispering to it. It kind of has its Brokeback Mountain moment with that one. I'm gonna whisper. Why are you whispering?
Maybe Alaska is more of a religious state than we thought.
Maybe. I just can't see two grown men whispering to each other in the middle of fucking Alaska wilderness when they're hunting for moose. They don't whisper to each other.
That's kind
Maybe
of fun.
It's soft spoken, but
Aurora Borealis Northern Lights can be seen an average of 243 days a year in Fairbanks.
Fairbanks. A lot of UFO abductees in Fairbanks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think they just like to abduct people. Because it's a good place to abduct people because, again, there's a lot of felons, there's a lot of carnies. I think a lot of people just get taken out, if you want to be honest with you, because you got to look who's living there. Now, Eric, I've known people that live there. They're good people. They're not felons or anything, but they're a little bit. They're not the same color as the rest of the crayons in the box. They're a little bit off. And people that I know live in a little bit off. A little bit off. So I can see aliens wanting to take them or someone wanting to take them out. I don't know.
And then Chocolate Cheese says, I'll yell in your ear instead. Okay. Say that's illegal.
Do you see the moose right there? Ow. Yeah. I just can't see much whispering going on.
We already know about the people are missing. She's trying to see if there's any interesting thing. What are some of the craziest stories? Okay, we know about the House Majority Leader, Hal Boggs, and Representative Nick Burgin were missing. Probably is due to the FBI.
In 1972, which is 10/7/2, which is 19.
The UFO. In 1986, the Japanese plane was flying from Iceland to Anchorage when it came across 3 UFOs. We saw that.
Yeah.
Here's one. Missing Douglas C-54 Skymaster.
Ooh.
In the 1950s, there was a military aircraft carrying an 8-man crew and 36 passengers. The plane lost contact with the ground and never was heard from again. There were 2 separate reports of UFOs activity in the area and at the time of the disappearance. Once a week before and the other 2 days after. An army ended up conducting the largest military search and rescue mission at the time and found nothing. To this day, it's known as one of the largest groups of military personnel to go missing.
Well, maybe there's a large hole. So if you look at the globe or a map or the flat, whatever you guys are into, you look at it and you look at it from the top down, you see Alaska, and then you see to me, it used to be the North Pole, which is a large continental ice sheet, but it's not there in this fucking place. Cuckoo. Anyway, so it's water with ice on it. Maybe there's a hole, Eric, in the top, and they somehow get sucked into the toilet hole. They're like flying around the rim of the swirling hole at the top of the world, or in the center of the flat disc, or whatever you guys want to call this thing, the pear, the whatever.
Man.
And it goes there, and maybe it's like a circle flush on the top, and it gets caught in that like maybe it's like a warp itself, like a black hole. Maybe the top of this globe or flat surface, or in the center, whatever you want to call it, is itself a black hole, and you get sucked into it. Yeah, maybe we're just living in a black hole. This is life around a black hole, and then it's where the northern ice sheet would be normally is a swirling hole disc thing.
Now, here's reasons for the Alaska Triangle: severe weather and harsh landscapes. Which, no duh, I'm not gonna go read
30 million. What, 30 million ago? Was that what 13? What? You see, 13 million ago. Go back up.
Alaska was a vast swath remote wilderness, half entire nation. Design Wilderness Act was 1964. Around 57 million acres of it, and even more that is not specially designed to protect the land as much as nearly completed.
But back up on the top, the back, the right there. Was that alert, police warn? Oh, never mind. That's something else. Okay.
Well, I mean, we know about the temperatures here. That's Fairbanks dropped 50 below.
July 13th. What's July 13th? What's this one? Thousands of lightning strikes across the state during the 2-week period between June 29 and July 13. Huh.
And look.
And then 9 and 2, of course, comes out to 11. So you have 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. Okay.
And then Fairbanks dropped 50 below zero for the first time in 5 years.
Wow. That'd be negative.
Anchorage.
Wow.
And then here's aliens. Since 1998, there have been over 560 reported UFOs per National UFO Reporting Center in Alaska. The majority of the sightings in the Alaska Triangle. So the majority of this is in the area that people are not really supposed to be in.
Yeah.
It is pretty interesting.
Wow.
Well, those people must not be the missing people, because somebody had to report it.
A large alien base in his 1997 book, Remote Viewers. Oh, so you had a remote viewer when the intelligence department did a remote viewing and saw a large alien base within the Triangle of Alaska. That's what's going on, dude.
Yeah.
It's the fucking reptilians.
Yeah, according to
which are the Sasquatch.
It says, according to Pat Price, the aliens that live deep inside Mount Hayes were very human-looking, differing only in their heart, lungs, blood, and eyes. Obviously, he added that the aliens us through transfer for motor control of us. Price added, the site has been responsible for strange activities and malfunctions of U.S. and Soviet space objects.
Ooh, so any space object that goes over the triangle up high in the upper spheres has anomalies. Strange. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely the reptilians, man. Which again we've determined now, marsupial reptilian Bigfoot Sasquatches.
And what is this?
Who lay eggs.
It was in August 1947 that the highly impressive account of UFO incident involving 2 serving members of the military was supplied to the FBI at Anchorage. The report began, this is a device of 2 Army officers reported to the Office of Director of Intelligence Headquarters, Alaskan Department at Fort Richardson. Alaska, they had witnessed an object passing through the air and tremendously rate of speed which cannot be judged as to miles per hour. And of course, this is 1947.
It could not be judged as to miles per Who wrote this? Judge not lest ye be judged to know how fast you were going. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that. Remember those famous words. And then he called Eric's just like going, okay, bullshit.
Well, there's so much here, and I mean, there's just so much. 1940 drew close, a new decade dawned. FBI continued to receive long, high quality UFOs, and I mean,
yeah,
just
goes on and on and on.
God damn, there's a lot of course. Now here's the Bigfoot stuff. With huge amount of forest, Alaska certainly perfect location for Bigfoot. Well, of course, and they're probably more there than anywhere else because they probably get messed with than the United States. Because it's less people, more area for them.
Yeah, the large proto feathered haired hominid marsupial hominid egg layers. Bigfoot.
Now, it does say Ruby in 1943. It was reported that a man was attacked by an unknown creature in the wilderness, about 18 miles down the Yukon from the town of Ruby. He later died of internal injuries, and the creature that attacked him, a possible Bigfoot, was said to be run off by his dog team. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me think about this. Hold on.
Man-like creature.
If this
with
guy
long
died
hair
and the dog ran off the creature, now he must have told somebody what he was attacked by right before he died, because otherwise, how would anybody know?
They don't. What also could be when we talked about the indigenous tribe of hidden natives that are dressing up as bears, like you wearing the bear skins and attacking people that go into their areas. That's another major possibility. Be doing that, dressing up as animals.
Yeah, I
mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
definitely possible. Or they're aliens that look like the Sasquatch aliens, marsupial, reptilian hominids that lay eggs.
Oh, look, this is interesting. Okay. Energy vortexes, and here's a map of possible triangles.
Where they could be jumping from area to area. Like they go into this area, and then they like a ship can go into one area and pop up in another area. They're like cheat points, like in a video game, like little fast forward points.
Well, you see a triangle. Bermuda, number 14, Devil's Triangle, off of Florida. Down here, 43 is Australia. And then there's a 45 I think that's above New Zealand, maybe?
Yeah, is.
You got number 16 by Hawaii volcanoes.
Okay.
Easter Island, number 47.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Bermuda Triangle, number 18. I'm sorry, that's by Florida. Whoops. 14. The 14 is below Japan.
Okay.
And then you got one by South Africa. So South America to Africa, number 49. Okay. And then number 20 is in the middle of Africa, which that sounds like its own show. 41.
Okay, yeah, no, I see the map. My mind is gone. The bottom half, of course, are the odd numbers, and the top half are the even numbers. So I'm just doing numbers in my head. Bottom half is the odd numbers. Top half is the even numbers when it comes to the grid. That's just the way the map works. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Well, the top numbers are odd, or no, even, and the bottom numbers are odd.
Yeah.
So
what needs to happen is we need to learn how to bottle up these vortex so we can use a vortex to go into one of these other triangles and travel just instantly.
Yeah. Orion Grace. What's up, Orion Grace? You're causing all of this. You're probably a reptilian. Are you from? Was it? What's that place? Where are they from? The Greys are from. Oh, forgot. Zeta Reticula or Zeta Reticula. You from Zeta Reticula? It turns out all Greys now are female. They're born female.
And we know about the shape-shifting demons. We talked about that earlier.
The Otter Man. Yeah.
The Otter Man. Animal attacks, which is normal anywhere. The gnome serial killer. Yeah, well, of course, you know Alaska has some serial killers. Around 2005, people began to notice that a large percentage of residents or tourists who went missing in Alaska happened to disappear from city of Nome. Oh, the city of Nome.
Yeah.
In fact, the numbers became so worrying that the rumors of a serial killer began to run rampant throughout the local tropics of conversation, totally ruining the vibe.
Yeah, we talk about that. I mean, where else you gonna go? Like, they're gonna go to a felon's gonna go to Mexico, or they're gonna go to Alaska with a new name. So you.
Now look at this one.
It is what it is.
Here's one: the Black Pyramid Legend.
Oh,
what's this? Well, nobody really knows what this means or even exists at all. There is obscure legend that a black pyramid, twice the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza, is buried deep beneath Alaska, around the Mount McKinley's area. What more, this tale came out as recently as 1992, which means it's got to be true.
Yeah, it is.
Here, let's see if I can
Black pyramids matter. Black pyramids do matter. Yeah.
Well, I think you made a good point. Black pyramids do matter.
Yeah. So there it is. That's what it would look like, and it's radiating.
I got that. Alien versus Predator. That's where they go fight.
Yeah.
They come down to Earth, and that's their tournament.
You know, maybe these pyramids are generating some type of energy force, a vortex. It's like it's pyramids create the skyway, the highway for the UFOs. They create the magnetic. It's to keep them from in the air, keep them flowing in the air. So the pyramids actually keep them up there by creating a vibration, which allows them to float on them. I don't know if people understand what I'm talking about.
You know what, Torres? My new favorite crypto is now other than Otter Man. I think maybe this Friday we'll do a whole show on the Otter Man, the legend, the folklore stories.
No shit. There's a crypto called Otter Man.
Yeah, we'll check that out on Friday. I already got Wednesday set up. So we'll check that out on Friday. Yeah, we'll do a whole thing on
Otter Man crypto. There you go.
Yeah, we'll check. Okay, so let's see here.
Never heard of Otter Man, but there we go with Otter Man. It seems to be a synchronicity for a lot of people.
That year on Anchorage, Channel 13, 3 scientists announced that they have accidentally discovered an unexplainable structure below the ground, which they located by using seismic recording equipment. According to Douglas A. Musler, a geologist had used a destination to undertake 6 months. I don't know. I mean, if you found something with the machine, unless it's something powerful that they don't want us to know about, why haven't this been dug up? I would think that this would be something that museums, anybody would want to back up the people to dig.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something why, if this is real, why they're not allowed to dig this up if it's real.
So wait, this all happened on letter from Douglas to Moulton on June 22nd, 20. Wait, hold on. That's in the future.
20112.
Yeah, that's in the future. So this was all done in the future. Okay, so they're all screwed up.
Now here, Bob, right here. June 22nd, below it, 2012.
2012. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And it appeared on Channel 13, and then it's June 22nd, 2000. Oh, that's way in the future.
Now, guys, I want to prove something to you guys for a second.
Everyone's caught in the time warp.
Now, everybody. Now, when people try to try to prove a Mandela effect, and when they say that look, why is there a misspelled word on the internet? Right here, they have a year date misspelled. They put an extra 1 in it, 20112 below the actual 2012. Misspelled words on internet and articles happen all the time. That's why I'm telling people. I want to bring that out. You got to be careful when you're trying to use literature as your evidence of something changed.
Yes.
Because people do make writing mistakes, and they're not always corrected.
Well, but maybe that letter was sent in the future, but it went through the past because 2012 is when the world ended. It technically ended. Well, technically ended in 2013, and then so ever since then we've been living this weird lifestyle. So we're at the the top of the globe where there used to be a northern ice sheet has now been sucked into the black hole at the top of the universe world, Earth. Now we're there too.
And then Bigfoot loves Kachika.
Cool. Kachika sounds great.
And it says here, since the finding, more and more retired anonymous military men have come forward, conventionally refusing to speak to anyone but famed philologist Linda Moulton Howe, telling her secret to the story of some guarded black pyramid. Now, first of all, if she's telling a story, it's because the government military is allowing her to tell the story. Because if she was telling a story she's not supposed to be telling, she would somehow disappear in the Alaska Triangle.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You are 100% correct about her. I do enjoy her little show on YouTube, that Linda Moulton Howe's little show, because she got kitties. She got cats, and they look pretty. So they got pretty cats. But her stories are pretty weird. I enjoy her.
Entertainment.
Linda Moulton Howe. She's entertaining, when it comes to the UFO community people.
Just like the other guy's entertainment. What's his name? The other famous.
Art Bell used to be head chief on that one. Yeah, and then he died mysteriously for some weird reason. Actually, he's a Mandela effect for me because he died years ago, and now he just recently died. But anyway, Linda Moulton Howe is pretty cool. She's a cool chick. You guys ever want to check out her stuff? David Paulides, the Missing 911, Linda Moulton Howe, those two are one of my go-to groups, shit channels. Yeah, we've covered a lot of stuff today. I hope everyone's learned a lot of things about the Alaskan Triangle and the Otter Man, which is probably causing everything.
Well,
it's probably causing everything.
The main things to come out of this story is the part to me that is intriguing. Is I'm not going to tell you that the Bigfoots, the UFOs, the Vortexes are all true there. I can't tell you that. But the amount of people that have gone missing are a lot greater than most areas in the United States of America. That's something that's intriguing. Why they're missing? Are they just walking out there somehow and getting lost and getting snowed in? Are the mafias taking care of these people?
Yes.
To get rid of people? I mean, that's the intriguing part. What had like the missing 411?
What's going on?
Where have they gone?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of felons up there and people hiding and all this other stuff, and it could possibly be that. Yeah, of course. Or it could be people just because they're idiots and they go wandering off in the mountain ranges and get eaten by a fucking bear. Could be that too. Or I like to think mostly they were being killed by Otter Man. He's called into the water and he's using a child's voice or a naked woman's voice and luring them to the water to kill them. Or it's Bigfoot, which we've determined now that is a marsupial reptilian hominid hybrid that lays eggs in the forest.
Let me show you guys what's coming up this week, just so you know. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about upcoming horror movies that might look good or not. You know, so you never know where this conversation is going to go. There's a lot of horror movies coming out. I'm actually seeing one of them this upcoming Friday. I'm seeing the remake of Candyman. It's gonna.
Wow!
I'm seeing the remake because the original is done by Clive Barker, which he's a I love Clive Barker movies, Hellraiser, Nightbreed.
Clive Barker is stepping out of. Oh, he's going to make a movie. He made a movie.
No,
Again, another one.
No. This is Jordan Peele taking a crack at a Clive Barker movie.
Okay. Wow.
So it's going to be interesting. Jordan Peele is the one that did Get Out, Us, Twilight Zone, some horror movies on Twilight Zone now.
Okay.
So it's going to be an interesting take to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
You got Halloween Kills coming out this year. You got Malignant that looks pretty good to me. That's coming out in November. Demonic Side. So we're going to talk about some future, and then guys, then on Wednesday, let me hold on. Let me get it here a second. Let me get it. Hold on. And then on Wednesday, and now let me share the screen. Not that one. Here we go. And then I'll put this one in the here too. So this Wednesday we're going to be talking about of course we're going to talk a little bit about the Bigfoots in America, but last Friday we talked about a little bit about the international ones. The one in Australia, they had a different name. New Zealand, Japan. We're gonna try to check out different stories, and Bigfoot and None probably be on here. And I'm working on a couple others. They say they might, so I don't want to say who they are because they say they might come on, because we want to do a comparison. Like, do they sound a lot different? Are they just the same? Or are they just different? But this Friday is about international Sasquatch are the same as Bigfoot. And then just out of this show today, we're going to do Friday on Otter Man. I haven't built the thumbnail yet, but
wow.
Otter Man sounds like something that we need to dive into.
We have to take a look at. We can go any direction.
Candyman's going to be sick. V-Day a present for me. Yeah, Candyman.
That's cool.
Candyman's, I have to look at it because some of the storyline does look a little different. And what I mean is, in the original, Bob, I'm wrong. In the original Clive Barker Candyman, I know he gives candy to kids, but I thought the main reason he got murdered and burnt because he was a black man dating a white woman.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. In this one, it looks like they're making him more like Freddy Krueger, where it's just the kids. He was hurting.
Well, I think isn't it where they go in the mirror and they say Candyman
they say 5 times.
And so it's more Candyman. I mean, to be honest with you, is more of an African American folklore story, just like how all the white girls mostly will do Bloody Mary. They'll do it in the mirror at night with the lights off, and they'll stare in the mirror, and they have to say Bloody Mary like 10 times. And she appears, and that's more of like the suburb or like the upper class white neighborhood. And then down in the African American areas where they have a Candyman, and then the kids will go in there and turn the lights off, and they're like Candyman. Their version of it. I mean, I know. It's not sounding. I'm not trying to come racist, guys. It's more of an anthropological perspective.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, I like the original. I like Clive Barker's. It's going to be interesting to see how they do with this one. I mean, there's really hasn't been a remake of a Clive Barker movie yet. Nobody's remade Nightbreed, which was fantastic.
Which is one of the greatest movies ever made. Yeah.
I'm sure eventually Hellraiser will get a reboot. I mean, that's almost.
No, of course. I'm waiting for Hellraiser to fucking get a reboot. Everybody.
We all know that. There's Lord of Illusion, which is pretty good. Investigating the voodoo magical stuff.
I'm more into the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes kind of a thing. I'm hoping it will do like a whole new vegetable. Like, I don't know, like what do they call those? Courgettes? No. But, like an eggplant. What's the name for eggplant? There's another name for eggplant.
But guys, beyond that, that's today's show. I hope that
cabbage.
I hope that everybody learned something about the Alaska Triangle. Hope somebody,
Yeah.
hope you guys learn something and start, investigate it yourself. And maybe Discovery Plus, if you're watching us, you should sponsor us to go to the Triangle. We will stay there a whole week. If you just want to give us a jar of pickles to live off, we'll do that. We'll live off a jar of pickles.
That's all I need.
Yeah. So
I mean, I recommend you guys go, if you guys want to, go to Alaska. Don't take any equipment whatsoever. Go alone. I recommend that. And just get dropped off somewhere out there in the middle of that triangle. Don't worry about food. It's everywhere. You guys will be fine. And always approach any bear that you meet, because they're usually nice people. They'll tell you where to go. Bears are friendly, especially the big grizzly bears. They're the big cuddly bears. Go up there and hug the bear.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy, please, I'm actually excited too now for Otter Man to dive into it. I think it's going to be hell of interesting.
No one ever talks about Otter Man.
Well, we are not.
Sasquatch.
We're going to talk about Otter Man. We're going to talk about it Friday. We'll save the best for last. Friday.
Otter Man. I'm going to go hunting for Otter Man.
Hellraiser has awesome effects. They were pretty good effects. It actually holds up a little bit. You can still watch it. It's still not.
Have they made a movie about Otter Man yet?
You know what? I'm gonna have to look that up and try to find out for Friday. That's something I got to look up because I've never really heard. I heard the word Auto Man before, a TV show about an auto, but not
Auto. No, it's Otter Man. I wonder, because he takes people's heads like he does shells and just cracks their skulls with them.
So beyond that, guys, we'll see you on Wednesday.